Everybody's talking about how slow the market is right now. So, how did this house sell for full asking price with multiple offers in just a few days? Well, here's the story behind the deal. This is the toughest real estate market we've had in years. So, when this house sold for full asking price in just a few days, people started asking questions. And it wasn't just luck, there was a plan behind this. So, let me tell you step by step what made this particular house sell with multiple offers, full asking price in just a few days when everything else is just sitting. So it starts out with the house itself. The house was renovated beautifully. It really stood out among the competitors. And it's the little things that count. Like the paint was perfect. All the cutting in around the trim and everything, just perfect. It had a lot of nice little features like biometric entry for the doors, and it had recessed lighting and just a lot of nice little features. But the place was beautiful. And one thing that the seller decided to do that really helped set it off was to spend a couple $1,000s on staging. Now, staging is where we take a house that's got no furniture in it and professionals bring in furniture. But this isn't just any furniture, this is furniture that's well suited for that particular house to really make it look its very best. And these people are experts, and it's not decorating, it's merchandising, is what they're doing. So the house looked absolutely beautiful, so it really stood out among all the competitors. So we put it on the market on a Thursday and then had the first open house on a Saturday, and the place was just swamped with people. That's another thing that we don't see in today's market, but it's because the house stood out. Another thing that we did was, just like we do with all of our listings, we advertised it and marketed it heavily. We did professional photography, video, virtual reality walkthrough. We did everything that we could to get maximum exposure for that house and get as many people in there as quickly as we could. Because statistically speaking, that first group of people is where the best offer is going to come from. And sure enough, a few days later, we had multiple offers sitting on our desk, and the seller, all they had to do was just go through, pick the one that had the best price and terms, and we were good to go. Now, here's one thing that you might be wondering about. Well, what about the price? Did the price have anything to do with it? Now, in this case, no. And this is the part that surprises most people, is that even though this market is so slow, this sold for a very ambitious price. As a matter of fact, we were very concerned about it not appraising. And what that means is when somebody has a mortgage, the lender will have an appraiser come take a look at the property and determine the value of that property. And if the value falls short of what the sale price is, that person may not be able to get their mortgage, and it creates a big problem. So we were concerned about that. Now, of course, one thing that we do, and we do this with all of our listings, is we put together a package for the appraiser that defends our price. Now, we can't discuss the price with the appraiser, but we can give them information. So that's what we do, is we prepare a package to hand to the appraiser that follows the rules, and hopefully it helps them out. Now, truth is, some appraisers just throw it right in the trash can, but many appraisers, and I would say most of them, actually are appreciative, and they will look through that information to see how we arrived at the pricing and what kind of information we used to be able to justify that price. So that way, there's not just some person that falls in love and is overpaying, because lenders do not want to overpay for property. So that's how this house sold so quickly in the worst real estate market we've seen in many, many years. So that's the story behind the deal. If you've got questions, you want to know anything about real estate, put it in the comments down below. I'll tell you anything you want to know. feel free to contact me. You can call, you can text, you can do anything you want. I'm happy to help. No strings attached. We always put humans over houses. So thank you for watching. Bye-bye.